Hey guys, I'm Maddie and welcome back to my channel. I just want to give you a heads up. I am a little bit sick while filming this, so please ignore my voice if I'm a little nasally, a little groggy, and hopefully it's not too unbearable, but please just hang with me. We're getting through the flu season right now. But we're gonna do a reading vlog for Scarred. When I'm filming this, I've actually already read it and I forgot to film the intro, but I pretty much talk you throughout, like give you the whole intro in the very first clip. But this is Scarred. It is a Never After novel by Emily McIntyre. This is the second book in the interconnected series, a Never After novel, the Never After series, which is fractured retellings. Each book kind of follows, or not even a fractured retelling. It's not. It's a fractured fairy tale. It takes elements of different fairy tales and then makes the villains the main character. So the first one is Hooked, then we have Scarred, then Wretched, Twisted, Crossed, and Hexed. So there's 6 books in the series. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. I had a great time reading this. It was so much fun. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm having such a good time with this book. So it's dual POV. We follow Tristan, who is the brother of Michael Fossa, and he's the prince. He is known as the Scarred Prince because he has a big scar running from his hairline to his cheek. Hot, hot, broody male. And then our female main character is Sarah, and her uncle is Rafa. And I think her dad was killed by Tristan and Michael's family. So Sarah's cousin, Uncle Rafa's son, Alexander, aka Xander, is the right hand of Michael. So Sarah is set up to marry Michael. This is an arranged marriage to kind of like form a truce between the two families because there's bad blood between them. And Michael and Tristan's father has recently died, and that is why Michael is stepping up to become king, and Tristan is now the prince. Does that make him a prince? I guess so. So far, as of page 47, not much has happened. Sarah and her lady-in-waiting go to Michael's castle, and she is introduced to Tristan, and she's already got the hots for him a little bit. They've found themselves in a predicament where they're chest to chest, and she's backed into a wall, and his nose grazes her cheek. One thing about this book, I have never read any of the other Never After novels, so these aren't retellings. What are they? But anyways, what I was gonna say is that I didn't know what to expect going into this. I didn't know how spicy or risque it would be, and not that this is spicy or risky at all, but Mr. Tristan is rolling multiple blunts and getting ganja on his fingers. I was having a great time. So Scarred is a dark royal romance. It is a fractured fairy tale, not fantasy or a retelling. The main character is a villain. If you're looking for a safe read, you will not find it in these pages. Scarred contains mature and graphic content that is not suitable for all audiences. Reader discretion is advised. I highly prefer for you to go in blind, but if you'd like a detailed trigger warning list, you can find it on her website. I'm going in blind. This is my first Never After. I really want to read Hooked as well. But yeah, I'm having a good old time right now. So Sarah's just basically finding her way around the castle. Don't really know much about Michael. He seems like a bit of a weirdo. And I think Tristan is he's a very dominant character and don't take shit from nobody. I don't know if he's like hooking up with some of the servants on the side or what his deal is. I'm only 47 pages in, so mind you, I haven't really seen a lot. Don't really know a lot going on, but I thought and I'm losing my voice the more I talk, but I thought I'd just give you that little update. I am having such a great time. It makes me so giddy already, and literally nothing has happened. Nothing has happened, but I can only imagine where this is going. Actually, I can't. I don't even know where this is going. One thing that's kind of annoying what I'm doing is I'm trying to piece the real Lion King characters to the characters in this book, which they're not going to translate at all because this is a fractured fairy tale. It's not even a retelling, so there's going to be different characters, different dynamics, and all of that. But I'm like, Xander, that's Zazu. Obviously, Michael is Mufasa and Tristan is Scar. But then I'm like, oh, what about all the other characters? Like, who are they actually? And Uncle Rafa, that's obviously Rafiki. Anyways, try not to think about them too deeply, but I wasn't sure if this was a spoiler, but it's not because it clearly says on the back of the book, and this is also one of the major plot points of the book, but Tristan wants to be king. I just can't wait to be king. He wants to be king. He wants to boot Michael. I almost called him Mufasa. Oh my god. I hope this doesn't take away from the book that I keep going back to it, but whatever. I'm sure once the characters develop, I'll stray away. Anyways, Tristan wants to boot Michael off the throne. And I think the only way of doing that is by killing him. So he's like kind of gathering up the jackals, the lesser people. I don't like to use that phrase, but like the outcasts, the people who are less wealthy, who aren't on Michael's top priority list. Tristan's kind of gathering them up to like overthrow the king. What do they say? Down with the king. He's like rolling up, being like, we don't need to be spit on, we don't need to be trampled on, pushed to the side. I will be king. I will be king and look after all of you, and you'll be set. Tristan even says, I'm the one who will storm the castle and burn it all to the ground, along with my brother, his queen, and anyone else who gets in my way. His queen being Sarah, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna fall in love. Or I hope they do. Oh my god. Oh, let me turn off the TV. We don't need to be listening to hockey while I talk about Tristan. Ready? You're not ready for this. I prefer you this way, he coos from above me, on your knees, chest heaving and face flushed while you stare up at your betters. He reaches down, his fingers cupping my chin and jerking until the muscles in my neck strain. Let this be a lesson, little doe. Don't forget your place. Little doe! Little doe! Oh my god! So he says, don't forget your place. She says, and where is that? Trembling at my feet! This is getting me. I am eating this up. Eating it up. Why am I loving this so much? Like, there is nothing. Like, there must be crack in this book. Oh, Lord, help me, Emily McIntyre. What did you put in this? Are the other ones as good? I think this might be one of these worlds. Like, it's a fantasy, but not like magic and stuff. If that makes sense. Like, there's royalty and it's set in like a false world, and I think these characters can just do what they want and you just go along with it. Like, if they want to kill somebody, they're gonna kill someone. The repercussions don't matter because they are royalty. They are at the top of the top. They are the top of the food chain. Get it? That was not that good of a joke. Oh my god. But yeah, like, if they kill somebody, it's like, okay. Kind of like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones-esque. I'm getting those vibes. Like, that kind of regal, regency type of thing. I love it. I eat this up. I love this kind of vibe. It is one of my favorite plots of a book. Tropes. Themes. Update on this book. I am now 277 pages in. I'm eating this up. I am reading it so fast. I'm having such a good time. Honestly, not a lot is happening. Like, Sarah's still trying to figure out how to overthrow the king and the monarchy, and Tristan is still plotting, doing some background work, trying to figure out how to kill his brother and how to go about that, and navigating the rebels and the jackals and all that. The spicy scenes. Oh my god, oh my god, the mouth on this man. Well, both figuratively and literally, but the way he speaks, the stuff he says has me weak. I love this man. I love him. I love how he talks and how he treats Sarah. Also, I didn't realize it would turn so sweet. Some moments are so heartfelt, and I'm like, oh, this is a dark romance, like, you know, badasses. No, we finally figured out how he got his scar. Honestly, not that it was a letdown, but it's like, yeah, it's what you assumed would happen. So it wasn't like any big hurrah moment, but it's like very emotionally, the emotional story behind it is what gets you. And it's just some of the moments that Sarah and Tristan have had. A couple of quotes that I wanted to tell you, or just one quote really. So Tristan's having a little moment with a dude, and the dude that he is with goes, "Please God," he cries. Chuckling, I grip his second finger. "I'm your God now, and I don't hear your pleas." Yes, Tristan. Yes, all because he touched Sarah. Tristan is the epitome of touch her and you die. Or even like look at her and we're gonna be having words afterwards. We're gonna be having words afterwards. We're going to be having words later. Anyways, I am loving this book. I'm loving it so much more than I thought. I can't wait to read Hooked, because that one's about Peter Pan. But anyways, regardless. Yeah, but like plot-wise, we're kind of just doing the same thing, just working towards. I think that's what is so captivating about this book, is because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, this is a dark romance, a fractured fairy tale. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope it's a happy ending, but the whole book is working up towards this one goal, this one end thing, and like, who's gonna die? You know somebody's gonna die, but who will it be? Who will it be? I hope it's not our love interests. Like, what a twist that would be. What a fracture. Like, nobody gets happy endings. The villain never gets happy endings. What's that quote from Jackson, Once Upon a Broken Heart? Villains don't get happy endings, they give them. I think that's what it is. True. True. But you see why Tristan kind of is the way he is, and just, yeah, his background story more. We don't really get a whole lot about Sarah's background. We find out more about her dad and like what happened to him. But as for her, she's kind of like a little bit of a mystery. We just know she's there for revenge. She's there to get vengeance. All in the name of her dad. I am nothing if I'm not yours, so do it. Kill me, Sarah. Put me out of this constant purgatory of needing you without having you. Tristan! What the hell? What the hell? His way with words. His way with motherfriggin' words. Show me your pain, little doe. Give it to me so you don't bear it alone. I rasp against her mouth as I suck down her cries. Why didn't I read this sooner? Who put crack in this book? Who did it? This part has me giggling a little bit. Oh, oh my God, she cries out, her body vibrating. Is it possible to be jealous of God? Because when his name leaves her lips, I want to slit my wrists and fly up to his kingdom, just to burn it to the ground. You say my name when you're coming around my dick, my petite monteuse, no one else's. Ah! This keeps getting better and better. Well, that took a turn of events. What the fuck? Seriously? 50 pages left, and this is what we're doing. Seriously. I'm doubting everything. I'm doubting everything. God damn it. There always has to be one. Why? Why? You're just having a good old time. And then this shit happens. No. I'm not gonna say anything, but no! No, I refuse to believe. I finished Scarred. Oh my gosh. 4.25 stars. I loved this so much more than I was expecting. Essentially, from where I left off, the plot progresses. Things happen. I can't really say too much because this book follows one plot line and one plot line only. So I think you should just go into it blind. I think that's the best way to go about it. So this reading vlog, I don't think it was a flop because I got to react obviously to this book and share my thoughts with it, but I definitely think you need to go into it blind. There's no character development. Like, these are the villains. There is no redeeming character arc. Like, they are bad. They are not morally gray. They are bad characters. But it was so entertaining. It was just so much fun. Like, you root for the main couple, you want them to be together, and there are obviously circumstances that are not allowing that to happen. So then they have to fight against that. One thing I really appreciated is that you got to see a lot of different dimensions to the characters. Like, there's this one kid, Simon, that interacts with everybody, so you get to see them build a relationship with that kid, but then you get to see them with, like, the royal guards, with each other, with the king. It's just so interesting. I love royal settings, like being in a castle and following a royal family and like kings and queens and stuff. There's something about that gets me. It's just so whimsical and I love it so much. I had a great time, like I've said about a bajillion times. But yeah, I've already downloaded Wrecked. Is that what it's called? Wretched. And what's the other one? Wretched, I think, is like Wizards. I almost said the Wizards of Waverly Place. Wizards of Oz, Fractured, Fairytale, and Crossed, and Crossed is the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So you follow a father, like a priest. I've heard people compare it to Priest, which by Sierra Simone, and I haven't read that book yet, so I'm excited to go into this. I have them both on Libby, like audiobooks. Can't wait to listen, but this was so fun. I highly recommend. It is raunchy, it is dark romance, it is spicy, it is gory, it is all of the things that you want, and I read this in 2 days. I read it so fast. Even though it is, how many pages? Like over, oh, and there's also like an epilogue, an extended epilogue, and I think those are like, you must read them. You have to read them because there's so much more that carries on throughout those that I think is very important. Like, you get glimpses of it throughout the book, but then you see it like come into fruition. Yeah, it's like 382 pages. So good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!